Greetings everyone, welcome aboard. My name is Joseph James. It's March 23rd, 2011. Happy hump day to you. Wednesday morning. Wednesday at the end of the first quarter. How are you today, guys? Good job today, right? Made some money. I know we're still dealing with that chop and slop end of the first quarter, but we're getting closer by the second, right, to get into that April 1st. And we're going to be out from behind a March, and we'll be on our way right through the rest of the year. So Wednesday this morning, guys, end of the first quarter. I won't even begin to go into the reasons why we're concerned about the end of the first quarter. We've talked about that a million times this week. And of course, we expected things to be slow and sloppy until the end of the month. Now, what's a Wednesday? Wednesday means crude inventories, right? Two big things on our mind for Wednesdays. We do members trainings on Wednesdays. We had a great members training today. We talked about the auto trader. We talked about swing trading. We talked about the fast track method. We talked about Ninja 7. A lot of great stuff covered in the members materials today. But it also means crude inventories. Now, see, this is when, well, Wednesday's crude inventories, we're going to see a different personality before 10:30 than we will after 10:30. Now, we don't know what that personality will be. Sometimes on Wednesdays, we make so much cash on crude, by the time 10:30 rolls around, we don't even care, right? But sometimes, like today, we don't get those big moves before 10:30. So we're waiting patiently to get past 10:30 in hopes that the volume will pick up, hope the personality will change. All right. Sometimes we get great speed before 10:30 and great speed after 10:30, but oftentimes it's one or the other, right? Usually we'll get, a lot of times, about 75% of the time, Wednesdays are great from 8 until 10:15 on crude. Then we wait from 10:15 to 10:30, right? Let that news number come out. Today what happened, though, if you recall what happened today, we had crude inventories came out flat as expected. Gasoline had dropped like a rock, and we assume that has to do with Japan, right? The earthquake last weekend. And then, of course, you've got the distillates were up like a rocket ship. So you had crude that was flat, gasoline had dropped, which we usually find to be a pretty good barometer for where people are watching. Usually gasoline is the most important we watch. But then we had distillate that was higher. So we had kind of mixed results on the inventories this morning. And combine that with end of the first quarter, there's definitely fewer traders to begin with out in those markets. And we saw mixed results. So we really didn't have very good price action before 10:30. And we didn't get anything better after 10:30. We looked for it, though. Nothing today, though. All right. Now, next time around, this time next Wednesday will be the last couple days of the month. So it'll be 2 Wednesdays from now. We're really looking for a great time trading crude on a Wednesday for inventories. Now, the big deal today, though, was the lack of speed. And not so much the lack of speed, because we see slow times in the market all the time. It was the lack of consistency in the speed that really kind of drove us nuts this week and last. Now, follow me down bottom here. You can see what I'm looking at here. Now, this is my pace of tape indicator. Okay, this does one thing. It measures the rate of the orders coming into the market. And we saw this, obviously a good example here. We go from red, right, to green, back down to red. We go from red to green, right, to yellow, back down to red.